Hello everyone and welcome to English Language Lab whose code is KAS154P. P again I'm telling you stands for practical. Now I welcome you to lecture number 3 in which we are going to discuss practical number 3. It's about conversational skills for seminar, conferences, workshops based on your paralinguistic skills and your body language. So let's get started. So, giving you the basic outline of what we are going to do today is number one, introduction, then objective, seminar, conference, and workshop meaning, designing a presentation for seminar and conference. How do we design a presentation for a seminar as well as conference, or you can say workshop? Although these three are different. Effective use of body language. What kind of body language should we portray in such type of events? Then paralanguage. I will tell you the meaning of paralanguage. Paralanguage is related to the voice modulation, voice quality, and different other parameters that are included in paralanguage. Paralanguage is also called as paralinguistic features. So, introducing the main theme, since we are talking about conversational skills, that means that we have to talk about presentation skills. Until unless you are not able to present yourself in front of audience. See, here we can see a presenter who is presenting in front of audience using a PPT or a slide, right? To make his audience understand what he wants to convey. Now, if I talk about presentation skills, let us first discuss what are presentation skills. Presentation skills are a set of abilities that enable an individual to interact with the audience. This is a platform where you interact with your audience, you transmit the message with what is there in your thought, you transmit it to some other individual, एंड दैट टू विथ क्लैरिटी एंड प्रिसीशन. आप उसको क्लैरिटी से आगे ट्रांसमिट करते हैं अपने थॉट को सो दैट जो आपका रिसीवर है, जो आपका ऑडियंस है, वो आपको अच्छे से समझ पाए, जो आप कन्वे करना चाहते थे वो उन तक पहुंच पाए. ऑल्सो it's his ability to engage the audience. Audience should not get bored in the presentation and interpret and understand the mindset of the listeners. Thus, a presentation is a talk giving a group of people information about an idea, subject, or a product. So, you have some basic idea, content of something which you are discussing with your audience, right? So, let us state the objectives of this particular practical where we have to pronounce words clearly, we have to develop self confidence, we have to improve our body language, to maintain relaxed positive attitude while speaking. So you do not have to get nervous while speaking. So one by one let me explain you कि what are these terms, that is seminar क्या होता है, conference क्या होती है, and workshop क्या होता है, right? The word seminar is derived from a Latin word seminarium, which means seed plot. A seminar refers to the discussion in a small group in which the result of original research or advanced study is presented through oral or written reports. सेमिनार क्या होता है? सेमिनार एक तरह का स्मॉल डिस्कशन होता है. इट्स अ स्मॉल ग्रुप डिस्कशन वेयर वेरियस रिसर्चर्स, वेरियस एक्सपर्ट्स ऑफ द फील्ड, जो भी टॉपिक पे आपका सेमिनार है, जो डिस्कशन होने वाला है, तो एक्सपर्ट्स ऑफ दैट फील्ड कम club together and they present their ideas in front of their viewers, audience, which consists of varied amount. बहुत सारे टाइप के आपके ऑडियंस हो सकते हैं. आपके ऑडियंस स्टूडेंट्स हो सकती हैं, आपके ऑडियंस फैकल्टी हो सकती है, आपकी ऑडियंस एक्सपर्ट्स हो सकते हैं उस फील्ड में. सो बहुत ही वार्सिटी है इस ऑडियंस के होने में. नाउ सेमिनार क्या है? एक स्मॉल ग्रुप डिस्कशन है वेयर इट कम्स आउट ऑफ ओरिजिनल रिसर्च. जो भी आप ओरिजिनल रिसर्च वर्क है उसके बारे में फर्दर डिस्कशन करना चाहते हैं तो यू जॉइन इट in a seminar. It's an, you can call it, it's an advanced study दैट इज प्रेजेंटेड ईदर इन अ ओरल फॉर्म और रिटन फॉर्म, क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि आपको पेपर लिखना हो, कहीं नहीं काफ़ी बार ऐसा होता है कि आपको पेपर लिखना पड़ता है, सेमिनार पेपर, कॉन्फ्रेंस पेपर, यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड दीज टर्म्स, and then you have to present in front of audience. That means orally you have to present yourself in front of audience, and sometimes no paper is required and you have to discuss on one of the topic in front of the audience, and then you give the oral presentation. It may be organized for cross fertilization of ideas. So purpose क्या होता है सेमिनार का? क्रॉस फर्टिलाइजेशन ऑफ आइडियाज. I do have one idea, you have one idea, we can share, we can have a good understanding of the particular topic जिसके बारे में discussion हो रहा है. It aims at sharing information on advanced research, enriching it with cross analysis, because experts of that particular domain have gathered together to discuss on that particular topic. So cross analysis is there between the experts in the related domain, in the related subject. Close interaction takes place among the members and their individual viewpoints are also taken into account. So everybody's viewpoints are being taken and then the common conclusion is being drawn. A seminar is typically of academic instruction. Mostly you must have seen it in academic arena, at an educational institute or a professional organization. The idea behind the seminar is to familiarize participants more extensively and the methodology of their chosen subject and allow them to interact with examples of practical problems. So here we are not discussing in a seminar, we are not discussing only the this aspect of a subject, written aspect of a subject, we a theoretical aspect that I mean to convey, but you are also looking at practical solutions for that, how you solve those problems, right? So you see them as an application. आप application उसका practically problem का solution क्या है, that is why you have gathered और discussion हो रहा है, because you are trying to take out the practical solutions of the things. Relevant queries are replied in the ambit of related research work specifically done in the field. So various questions are being asked, doubts are being raised, so that you get clarified about their particular domain. Because whosoever is the speaker is definitely the expert of that domain. So whatever doubts you have, you can have a discussion, you can talk, you can clear your doubts, you can ask for clarifications, and hence it is good and motivating session for all of the people, including the speakers as well as the audience. Now let us discuss conference. What conference means? Conference, as the name indicates, is to confer. Confer is to converse, having similar interest and also to pool with their experiences and opinions. Now you must be saying कि मैम सेमिनार और कॉन्फ्रेंस तो सेम ही होता है. But my dear students, let me tell you, there is a difference between seminar or conference, whereas you can see that a seminar conference में काफी कुछ चीजें similar हैं, because there also discussion is happening and in conference also discussion is happening. Then people have gathered, experts have gathered, the speakers are the experts of that particular domain and they are sharing their experiences. So many of the things are similar, but still they are in contrast. So we will get to know that how seminar and conference are in contrast. Discussion usually results in a set of suggestions or recommendations on the central theme of conference. एक central theme होती है conference की जिसके under sub themes आ सकते हैं, right? So there are various themes on which you have to discuss, which you have to already prepare a paper, you have to submit. Everybody will be doing own research work, अपना research work खुद का कर रहे होंगे, ढूंढ रहे होंगे, and conferences such kind can help them in further extension of that particular research work. The spectrum of the participants and the subject matter are wider as compared to the seminar. Now, एक difference तो आपको यहीं दिख गया that the spectrum is very wide as compared to seminar. Seminar is a small group discussion, right? Here you form small groups, but in the large audience. So conference is done at a larger extent. It can be for a day or more than one day. Now, seminars end in one day, whereas conference can last for even a week. right? So conferences का जो nature है, it is quite big. Now there are different types of conferences that you must have heard of: press conference or news conference, you can say, then academic conference, business conferences. So various conferences you must have come across. So वो आपने देखा होगा कि काफ़ी large gathering की होती है, सबका nature थोड़ा थोड़ा different होता है, but it is definitely a discussion forum, right? Now, I have listed here some points of difference between seminar and conference. Seminar is a form of academic instruction that brings together a small group of people to learn about a specific subject. Conference is a formal meeting whose typical aims are discussion, problem solving, and consultation. Seminars are conducted in one day and though can be recurrent. दोबारा दोबारा हो सकते हैं, although one day के होते हैं. But whereas if we talk about conferences, they can last for several days. Conferences is a formal meeting. Seminars are less formal than meeting. You can't say that seminars are not formal meetings. They are definitely formal in nature. But conference, क्योंकि conferences is done at a larger scale where international delegates also come, national delegates from different places also come. Whereas seminar being a small can be conducted in a particular educational institute. आपके स्कूल में, आपके कॉलेज में हो सकता है, वेयर इन higher dignitaries are not coming, but the people involved in your school or college are coming. So definitely it becomes less formal. There you have to be very, very particular if you know international guests are coming. In some conferences, discussions are not allowed. Discussion is a key feature in a seminar. Now let us read about workshop. Workshop is defined as assemble group of 10 to 25 persons, can be more, but usually इसका sum जो है वो ऐसा ही रहता है, who share a common interest or problem. Then now they have also gathered, क्योंकि workshop के भी topics होते हैं, right? So in those topics, that topic is being discussed. People share their experiences. They do the hands-on practice. Hands-on practice मतलब वहाँ पे प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन होती है, वहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस होती है. वेयर एज कॉन्फ्रेंस और सेमिनार जो है वो एक डिस्कशन फॉरम है, राइट? They meet together to improve their individual and skill of a subject through intensive study, research, practice, and discussion. Workshops are organized to develop the psychomotor aspect, that is skill development. Skill development होता है आपका of the learner regarding practices of new innovations in area of education. Under this technique, participants have to do some practical work to produce instructional teaching and testing material. So यहाँ पे workshop में जो है थोड़ा सा practical work is also included, wherein you do the hands-on practice on some things and then further you develop it as your habit. Now, designing a presentation for seminar, conference, or workshop. What is this? Let us see. हेयर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, अगर कोई भी प्रेजेंटेशन आप कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो सेमिनार के लिए हो, चाहे कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए हो, या वर्कशॉप के लिए हो, या इन जनरल हो, so first and foremost thing that you have to think is define your message. You have to define your message, what your message is, what is your aim, what are your goals. Focus on your presentation goals. What do you want the audience to know about your work? आप चाहते क्या है कि आपका मेन क्या पॉइंट है, थीम पॉइंट क्या है that you want to discuss with your audience. Plan to summarize your key points. अपने key points को summarize करिए. Don't get lost in the details. Don't go too deep into the details. There you will get definitely derailed. Emphasize the importance issues or big picture significant of your work. बिग पिक्चर मतलब हो जाता है कि एक ब्रॉडर फ्रेमवर्क दीजिए किसी भी वर्क का, बहुत डीप मत जाइए, पॉइंट्स में समझाइए, एंड उनके मेन जिस्ट जो है, बिग पिक्चर हो गया, जिस्ट निकाल के आपको शेयर करना है लोगों के साथ. Downplay specifics like details of the literature, significance value of a statistics, क्योंकि रिसर्च में लिटरेचर रिव्यू होता है. लिटरेचर रिव्यू होता है कि कोई भी एरिया में आप रिसर्च कर रहे हो उसमें पुराना क्या रिसर्च हुआ है उसको स्टेट करना. सो स्पेसिफिक्स में ना जाके आप एक वर्किंग नॉलेज देते हैं हर चीज़ की. यू डोंट गो टू डीप इनटू एवरीथिंग बिकॉज देन यू ऑल्सो हैव वर्ड लिमिट्स, देन you also have time limit to do such things. Next is know your audience. Whenever you're going for your presentation, you have to always know your audience. You have to analyze your audience. What kind of audience you have? How many people will be involved? What kind of audience is there to cater to? And what are all the things? So Not all audience are the same. You have to think कि आपकी audience क्या है. Different parameters पे you judge your audience. It may be a gender, background, education, skills, interest levels, and various other domains are there on which you judge what kind of audience you have. So when I am saying that not all audiences are same, that means there could be some specialized conferences, workshop या seminar. यहाँ पे conferences लिखा है, but you can assume it as seminar, conference, workshop slashes, right? Example, NCTM for Math Ed, AECT for EdTech attract experts in the field. Now, these are certain conferences जो typical अपने subject domain में हैं and high end इसमें जो है audience involved होती है. That means experts involved होते हैं. More general conferences like AERA have some people from various sub-disciplines. Now you can go and search for it, and here general public is there from different fields. But अगर ये maths या फिर किसी subjects specific हो गए तो definitely we all have no participation in that particular conference, right? So you have to think what kind of audience you have, and then only you can speak. Aim for a typical two, somewhat advanced person in your audience. Avoid basic content with the experts, but provide background for a more general audience. Now, if you have a specialized audience, मतलब experts हैं आपके पास और audience में, तो आपको जो terms use करनी है, जो content use करना है, definitely it is going to be higher in nature. You can't be basic in that, right? But then if you have a general public, तो आपको layman language भी use करनी पड़ेगी so that it is clear to everyone, right? So this is the thing which you have to take care while presenting yourself. Then next point which is to be taken care is whenever you're preparing your presentation for any such kind of event, you have to prepare it. You have to follow these are golden rules for an effective presentation. That is to prepare well. To prepare, that is to rehearse your presentation before going in front of the audience. Rehearse your talk to fit slightly under the allotted time. जो भी time given है, you have to fit in that. You should not take extra time. You should not under time. That is कि आप कम time में आपके पास content नहीं है. So you have to adjust your content according to the time that has been allotted to you. If there are multiple presenters, plan in advance who will discuss with which components of the talk and how transition of that change will be handled. If possible, do a complete dress rehearsal in front of a public audience. So this depends on the time, the situation, and then you can prepare this way also. Then comes organizing your presentation. Make an outline of the presentation. Use your outline as an introductory slide. कि what I am going to discuss today. So that becomes the introductory slide. जैसे मैंने इनिशियली आपको आउटलाइन दिया था, राइट? फॉलो द आउटलाइन टू ले आउट द स्लाइड्स. नाउ वही जो आपने एक तरह से इंट्रोडक्शन दिया है, ट्रेलर दिया है, लेट ट्रेलर दिया है, तो फिल्म तो उसी पे दिखाओगे ना, फिल्म कोई और तो नहीं दिखा दोगे. सो दैट इज द थिंग. मिरर की पॉइंट्स ऑफ योर पेपर. जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स हैं उसको आपको सामने प्रेजेंट करना है, आपको एड्रेस करना है. क्योंकि आप पूरी अपनी जो रिसर्च वर्क है उसको तो डिस्कस कर नहीं सकते, बट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स को जेस्ट को आप निकाल के उसको डिस्कस करते हैं, राइट? एड्रेस की पार्ट्स ऑफ द पेपर, डोंट ट्राई टू डुप्लीकेट इट. Use the presentation to encourage the audience to read the paper. Now, your presentation should be so effective that people are become curious to read the research work that you have done, right? Moving on to the next one, using visuals. Now, whenever you are preparing a presentation, whether oral, whether through a PPT, you have to implant certain visuals, audio-visual aids, so that it becomes interesting, right? You can add images, graphs, right? Tables, and different other contents. I have shown here pictures of different things like projectors, blackboards can be used, some slide boards, chart boards, flip boards can be used, pictures, diagrams, charts, props, PowerPoint, maps. ठीक है? Different kind of visual aids can be used to make your presentation interesting. Talk to the audience. Whenever you are talking or whenever you are speaking to the audience, you have to adopt a conversational tone. As in, you are involving your audience. तभी तो you have must have seen कि काफ़ी बार जहाँ पे भी इवेंट आप कोई भी अटेंड कर रहे हैं वहाँ when you are talking to your audience, you are being asked different questions, right? आपसे क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं, बीच बीच में स्टोरीज और ये भी पूछा जा सकता है, आप बताइए आपका एक्सपीरियंस क्या है, राइट? व्हाई यू हैव टू कीप इट कॉन्वर्सेशनल एज इन यू आर टॉकिंग. You do not have to give any lecture to the audience, isn't it? So do not read slides as it is. Do not read slides. जो भी slides दी हुई हैं उनको as it is आपको read नहीं करना है. Use notes sparingly. Now you can make cue cards जिसमें आप छोटे छोटे points लिख सकते हो. सिर्फ keywords की terms लिख सकते हो so that you can refer to it but do not see whole slide. Make eye contact with the audience members. It is very important to make eye contact. Now uh, when I was telling you about effective use of body language, this is one of the things that you have to take care, that is to make eye contact with the audience. Speak clearly and loud enough to for all to hear. Your voice should reach the end of the auditorium, venue, whatever venue you are presenting, whether in a class, in an auditorium, or a hall, or wherever you're presenting. You have to make sure that your voice is being heard at the last seat of that particular venue. So for that, you might have to check your logistics, right? You have to be professional. You have to dress appropriately. You should try to stay calm and relaxed. Avoid distracting behaviors. Maintain awareness of the time. That is, you can wear a watch. Stay flexible and adjusted as needed. So be flexible. If a change is required, instantly you should be able to make a change. Now, there are question answers rounds. Use questions and opportunity for further engagement with the audience. Generally, keep answers brief and on topic. Admit if you don't know an answer, that I don't know, I'm sorry. If you are challenged or attacked, acknowledge the point, answer the question as best as you can. तो आपको प्रेजेंटेशन पे अपना होल्ड जो है तभी रिहर्स प्रैक्टिस वाली बात जहाँ आई थी, आपको काफ़ी होल्ड रखना है प्रेजेंटेशन में, क्योंकि अगर जो भी क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे जाए यू शुड हैव आंसर्स फॉर देम. Now इसका follow up कैसे लेते हैं? Take time after the session to meet those who have extensive questions. Have your business card handouts available to provide an interested individual. After the conference or a seminar or a workshop, respond to email queries you may receive. Posting your paper and slides online can also be helpful, right? You have to plan your presentation in allotted time. Prepare about one slide per minute. If you have too many slides, you'll be unable to get them through it. So you can skip some of them. If you can, you just read them. If sorry, not read them. If you can just say it in a shorter way. If you have a few slides, your audience will get bored having a look at the same slide for an extended time. You have to focus on key points, having one idea per slide, bulleted. You should always keep bulleted point. जैसे ये slide है, that having one idea per slide, bulleted key point. Generally limit yourself not to 4 to 5 major bullets per slide. ठीक है, this is some inner information that can be of use to you. Avoid blocks of text. बहुत chunk of words should not be there. Make text legible and accurate. Use font size 24 point. ठीक है. Use sans serif. तो ये कुछ points है. Stick to high contrast colors. Use design template. Use highlighting and color sparingly. Limit use of animations and special effects. Check spelling and grammar for accuracy. These things you can adopt to make your presentation more effective. Now, how you can use your body language, effective body language for body language for effective presentation. That is one. You can smile. You should always wear a smile. A subtle smile should be there on your face. You should make eye contact. You should not lock your arms like this, because then it is assumed that you are a blocked personality. Knees should not be unlocked. Head should be up. Move little bit, not too much. Connect with the audience and breathe and relax. Now, paralanguage. Paralanguage is related to, so if I talk about paralanguage features, paralinguistic is related to the voice modulation. वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन में पिच, इंटोनेशन, स्पीड, वॉल्यूम, बहुत सारी चीज़ें इंक्लूड होती हैं, राइट। सो देर आर सर्टन पॉइंट्स जो मैंने यहाँ पे डिस्कस करने के लिए लिखे हैं कि जहाँ पे आपको कोई भी प्रेजेंटेशन देते हुए, यू टेल मी योर सेल्फ, वेन एवर यू हियर अ प्रेजेंटेशन, वेन एवर यू हियर अ स्पीकर स्पीकिंग एंड प्रेजेंटिंग हिमसेल्फ, अगर वो एक ही लाइन में चलता जाए चलता जाए चलता जाए, कोई वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन कभी ऊंचा कभी नीचा, समटाइम्स यू स्ट्रेस ऑन समथिंग, sometimes going normal, taking different places पे pauses, isn't it important, and you are able to understand more through it, right? So these are certain things that you should take care while presenting. That is, keep moderate pitch. Pitch should not be too much high, too low. सुनाई ना दे या एकदम ही श्रिलिंग एकदम आपके कानों में पड़े. Neither to be too, neither be too fast in pace or not too. Pace क्या हो गया? Speed हो गई आपकी. Speed ना तो बहुत fast होना चाहिए ना तो slow होना चाहिए. There should be clarity in speech, include variation in delivery, ऊपर नीचे, that is high down, like that. Emphasize and stress important points. Tone should not be monotonous. एक ही तरह से आप बोलते जाओ तो बहुत ही monotonous लगती है, boring लगती है, right? You have to make variations in speaking. Don't shout. There should be pause at right time and at right place. Practice deep breathing for making the voice louder and relax your mind. ओके, ये देखो कुछ चीज़ें यहाँ पे लिखी हैं. वॉल्यूम पे, स्पीकिंग रेट, वॉइस क्वालिटी, बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैटर करती है पैरा लैंग्वेज में. अच्छा, पैरा लैंग्वेज इज ऑल्सो नॉन वर्बल लैंग्वेज. नॉन वर्बल लैंग्वेज मतलब, जैसे कि आपने सॉफ्ट स्किल में भी पढ़ा है कि लैंग्वेज, आई मीन जो कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स है वो वर्बल एज वेल एज नॉन वर्बल में डिवाइडेड है. वर्बल जो स्पोकन वर्ड्स इस वक्त जो मैं बोल रही हूँ आपसे, दैट इज वर्बल. ठीक है, एंड द हैंड ऑफ यूज ऑफ दिस जेस्चर्स, फेशियल एक्सप्रेशंस, ये क्या हो गया? नॉन वर्बल. तो जो वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन है दैट इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन. ना वॉइस पिच हम इसकी बात कर रहे हैं इसलिए आप कहो कि ये वर्बल में आते हैं, नहीं. वर्बल तो होगा स्पोकन वर्ड्स जो आपसे बोल रहे हैं, बट उसका जो वेरिएशन ला रहे हो, उसमें जो चेंजेस ला रहे हो, वो सारा नॉन वर्बल, वो साइन लैंग्वेज में आ जाता है. Okay, so this was about conversational skills for seminar presentations, workshop presentations, or conference presentation. I hope I am clear to you. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video, next class, and that lecture will be about technical paper and report presentation. Right? Thank you so much. Have a nice day.